Ilkay. Were you surprised at all by Borussia Dortmund last week? I know you know the club very well, but that performance didn't seem to match what they've been doing in the league this year.
I was not surprised, to be honest, because I still follow them a lot. I still try to watch as many games as possible in the Bundesliga when they play. And I know that they have a lot of quality in the squad. They have a lot of quality individually, amazing players, quick, fast players, technically, really good players. And I know that they can beat on a good day every single team in Europe. I've also just watched their game in Munich against Bayern Munich when they were leading 2-0, and they played really well in the first 20 minutes, I think, in that game. So I knew that they were capable of also controlling big teams. So it was definitely not a surprise for me.
How do you rate Erling Harland? He seems a very difficult player to stop, even though he didn't score against you.
I think he's a great talent. He's a great player, exciting prospect. He scores a lot of goals. He's physically strong. He's quick, and he's determined. This is what I see. Like he goes into the spaces that may hurt, but he's able to hurt every single team he faces. And just the fact that his numbers are already outstanding, not just in the league, also in Europe, are just incredible. And the fact that he's just so young still just shows that he will have a great future. Not just because he is already a great player. I think also, I don't know him at all, but it seems to me like he's bringing also the right mindset, to climb to the top.
Thank you, Simon. Next we'll go to Simon Bashkowski.
Hi, Ilkay. If I can ask you just generally, how has it been for you as players? What's changed about playing football in empty stadiums?
First of all, it changes, of course, the atmosphere. I mean, there's not really a connection anymore between fans and players, and in the games that can be quite important. Also important when you may face difficult periods in a game. So I think a crowd is always able, to give you another push, to lift you when you're maybe in a bad moment. And then of course also when you play at home, then also is able to kind of give your opponent also a completely different feeling. As an example now, going to Dortmund, facing Borussia Dortmund, knowing that there's no crowd, it feels like it's a bit of a disadvantage for Borussia Dortmund, because I played there 5 years and I know how incredible the crowd is, and how the support is, and how loud it can be also, in that stadium. And for them, knowing that there's no crowd to support them, same in the first leg when we played in our stadium, is something missing. There's something missing in football at the moment, and we can't wait to have crowds back in the stadiums.
Thank you, Simon. Next we'll go to David McDonald.
Hi, Ilkay. Hi. The team have obviously gone out at this stage the last 3 seasons. What have you learned from those experiences? And having proved yourself domestically as the sort of the best team in the country over the past few years, how important is it for the team to now take this next step in Europe and go all the way?
For me, it's very important. I mean, not just because of the experience that we had in the last few years, getting knocked out in that stage. Also because I have expectations to myself. I have expectations to my teammates, to my team, and I know that we have great players, that we have a great team, and that we are capable, of going into the semifinals as well. And we should have been there maybe earlier in the last few seasons already. But we were lacking something, and I felt like we did sometimes unnecessarily individual mistakes that led to goals we conceded. And then obviously it's kind of tough, I remember the Tottenham game we played at home, we conceded 3 goals. Liverpool home, we conceded, I think, 2 goals. So especially when you concede this amount of goals, in your home stadium, in the leg that you play at home, it's obviously not easy, running behind that. So I feel like we are much more stable at the moment in this season, especially defensively. We are defending quite well, I feel like. And I think the more you proceed in this competition, the more important it gets as well. And obviously, it gives you also kind of a safe feeling, when you know that your defensive line is working great, your goalkeeper is great, you're generally working as a team defensively very well. Combined with the feeling that we know that we are always able to score, I think that's that's a great potential.
Thank you, David. Ben Ransom from Sky.
Hi, Ilkay. I just wondered, what's the worst thing about living next door to the boss?
There's not really much. Well, there's nothing bad. Maybe when you're losing a game, you don't wanna see him in the building. You don't want the confrontation. But I think our boss is quite. He knows that when you're obviously in your home or in your private area, private space, then also he leaves you alone. It's not like that. It's not like that I never see him in the building. Of course, I saw him before, but he knows that this is also private time. And when we come to work, we are all focused and we work. We know that we have to work. But when we are home, then it's about relaxing, trying to forget football sometimes, and just spending time with your loved ones.
Thank you, Ben. Next, we go to Mike Minay, BBC Radio Manchester.
Hi, Ilkay. Good to see you. The Leeds defeat on Saturday, was that not a wake-up call, but was that sort of an important defeat ahead of this game, just to remind you not to get comfortable in a way?
Yeah, maybe it was a warning. Maybe it was a signal for us. If it turns out to be like that, I mean, that we probably will know after the game tomorrow. Then of course I'll take that defeat. But of course, we went into that game also to win it. It was not our ambition, like to try to get 1 point, or try to forget that game and try to focus already on Borussia Dortmund on the second leg. That was not the case at all. We know that we have still games in the Premier League to win, to win the league again. So nothing is over yet. But now we're facing a different competition, a different team, and we are totally focused on that. And then after the game tomorrow, we're gonna focus again on the other competitions that we're still part.
Thank you, Mike. Ian Abrahams from TalkSport.
Hi, Ilkay, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. It's sort of 2 questions in one. I just first of all want your reaction to the fact there will be 2,000 Man City fans at the League Cup final. Obviously, off the back of what you were saying about playing in front of empty stadiums, and also how important is it for the manager to win this trophy with Man City as well as the players?
I think the same importance is for the manager as it is for us as players. I'm not sure now if there's anyone in the squad who won the Champions League already before. I doubt, but yeah, of course, it's a great competition to be a part of. I remember the times, when I was growing up, I was watching Champions League at home with all the family, midweek games. It was just always, like a festival. We kind of celebrated, watching Champions League games, and that's why maybe for me is also kind of the highest level you can play professional football on. And maybe also that's why I just love the competition. And of course, for me, it's something that I definitely want to achieve, to win that trophy. And I feel like we have really good chances in this club with this team. but it's not just about the chances. It's also about trying to take them, and we try to go for it step for step. We failed in the past years, but we know that a team of our quality, will have the chance again every single year, and this year is another chance. And of course, we will try to do our best, not just us as players, also the management staff, everyone that supports us. To kind of go as far as possible in this competition.
And about the fans for the League Cup final?
Yeah, it's exciting. I think we had this season one game where there was a crowd. It was away at Southampton when we had, I think, 2,000 fans as well in the stadium. I must admit that after such a long while without fans, it was again, I don't know, weird to have them back in the stadium. Even though there were just 2,000 people, but it was kind of a weird feeling again. So I guess it's a feeling we need to get used to again. But obviously, not just for the people coming in, into the stadium at the week at that game, yeah. Also for us, it will be great, to have them back. And atmosphere is the reason also why we play football.
Thank you, Ian. Next we go to James Ducker. Hi, James.
Hi, Ilkay. Can you hear me okay? Yeah.
Yes. Yes, hi.
Okay, just following on from an earlier question and answer. After the quarter-final defeat to Tottenham, you said in an interview that you don't think the team handle sort of negative moments or setbacks in those Champions League matches too well, and that's an area of improvement that you have to show. Do you think you have to learn in these games to get a little bit better when you have those bad moments and they don't snowball, they don't become a bigger problem? And why, when we look at this team, which has such great composure, why do you think you have struggled as a team in those moments in quarterfinals?
You kind of answered that question, the first question already, I feel like, because I feel like sometimes this is exactly the case. We need to learn also that it's kind of normal to struggle, because, in that stage, playing against the best teams in Europe, it's normal. Everyone has quality, and it's also normal when you concede a goal. And maybe it's something we are not too used to, I don't know, running behind a goal, conceding or struggling, because we are used to dominating always the game, having possession, but it's completely normal that in the Champions League, also in the Premier League, that there are games that it might not be that easy, and like that fluently everything on the pitch, that you do also mistakes is normal. So just learning to deal with it, I feel like, is the only thing that was a little bit missing, especially when you talk about the Tottenham games, not just in the second leg where we, I think, won the game 4-3. Also in the first game already, I felt like, like conceding the goal, of course, was maybe unnecessary away, but then also, dealing with the whole situation, okay, you conceded a goal, but we had still like 60 minutes to play, I feel like, and had time, so just dealing with that situation, I feel like it's something we might need to learn still. I don't know. I feel like these stages will show it now, but it's something we need to accept, I feel like.
Thank you, James. Next we go to Jonathan Smith.
Hi, Ilkay.
Hi.
Before the first leg was even played, Pep said that he would approach the game in Germany. You would go there to try and win. Is that something that that really sits well with how everyone approaches the game? And do you believe that you can go anywhere and beat anyone, anywhere?
Yes, I believe that. And I think it's necessary for us as well. Like with the quality that we have, with the type of football we play. I feel like for us, the best case is always going into the game with the feeling, okay, we want to win that game. Defending a result, I don't feel like it fits us. It fits the way that we are as players, and also the way not the way that we play in generally as a team. So we should try to go every single game to win the game. I feel like that's what we are used to. Talking about also the question before, that's what we are used to, and that's why we will handle that game in Germany now the same we did the game here, or the games also in the past few weeks.
Thank you, Jonathan. Martin Blackburn.
Yeah, hi, Ilkay. Just going back to the sort of past experience of the Champions League. You got to the final in 2013 with Dortmund. Was that sort of your most disappointing day in some ways of your career?
Probably yes. Apart maybe from injuries that obviously were also frustrating, but actively on the pitch, probably the biggest defeat I've faced in my career so far, and maybe that's also a reason why I want to go really back one day into that final, and win the trophy. But it was still a great experience. We were on a great run with Borussia Dortmund. I feel like we played incredible football that season in general. The way to the final was incredible when I now think about it, and brings me also still goosebumps, and obviously defeats are part of football. You kind of have to accept them. You sometimes learn from them. So even though it was a bad day, a sad day, frustrating day, I still remember the game. I remember the way, especially to the final, and it was still a great experience.
Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. Final question in English we'll take from Paul Hurst. If there are any German journalists on the line with questions, if you could use the raise hand function now. Coming to you now, Paul.
Okay. Hi, Ilkay. You touched a little bit on this earlier. You said that the team is more defensively stable. Do you think that's given you more, kind of confidence to go forward, and that's why you've been scoring so many goals this season, that you do know that you have this, solidity behind you that will kind of bail you out if it does go wrong up the pitch?
A part of that might be the case, but then also the way we build up right now, with the ball movement from our goalkeeper through the defenders, through midfield, I feel like is very good, is very fluent, that I don't feel like personally that I need to get involved maybe too much or as much as I was maybe in the past few years. Also, obviously with Rodri, I feel like doing a great job with Ruben, John, the connection, or Aime when he plays, our fullbacks. I feel like it's really fluent, the game, and there's some sort of automatic movements that are part of our game already. So I kind of feel like maybe sometimes that I have the freedom, to run in between the lines or to run behind the defense, to be more present in the opponent's box, and that just gives me the opportunity, to be in the right spaces in the right time, and then obviously also to get into positions where I have the chance to score.
Thank you, Paul. If I can ask again, if there are German journalists on the line, if they have any questions, to use the raise hand function now.
One.
Okay, I'm just looking down the list here. I have no raised hands from the German journalists on here. Okay, we have one from Arthur Quisda.
Hello. Can you hear me? All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Aguero is leaving the team in the end of the season. I was wondering if you think that Gabriel Jesus, you were with him in this evolution on the team. Do you think that he can assume this post of being the main striker in the coming years?
I think for Gabi, I feel like there are no limits for him. I think he already did great in the years he already is here, and I don't know if it has an influence on him or on us that Sergio is leaving. in terms of the game that Gabi plays. I really don't know. What I know is that he brings everything to be a world-class striker, and he did already great in the years that he already is playing here. He's a great teammate. He's still young, has still a lot of potential to improve as well. But he's already playing really well, I feel like. And he's committed to the team. He's committed to his game. And I really believe that for him, the future is also very bright.
Hi, Pep. Hope you can hear me okay. Just going to go, first of all, to a point that Ilkay Gündogan made about the Westfalenstadion and how loud it can be and how passionate the fans are there. Do you think that's a reason why it might be easier for you in a way tomorrow night?
I don't know. So a long time we play without the spectators. So it will have easier with us to play here with our fans. So it's what it is, unfortunately, for a long time. So and we are used, all the teams, to play without the spectators.
And also the news today that there will be 2,000 Manchester City fans at the League Cup final, with most of those hopefully coming from Manchester. How positive news is that? I know it's only a small figure in comparison to Wembley Stadium, but still fans back in the ground.
Yeah, it's the first step. If the government said we can do it, it's a good news. The first step, of course, 2,000 is not much, but it's okay. It's the first step. So hopefully, in the future, we'll come back to the normality. But in the same time, always follow the instructions for the government, of course, and for the scientists.
Thank you.
Next we go to Ben Ransom.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Pep. We know that you study your opponents intently. And I just wonder, now that you've played Dortmund and you've seen Erling Harland play live, I just wondered if you learned anything more about him, in particular from that first game, perhaps his movement or the way he plays.
No, we analyze the team as a team, Dortmund as a team, not just one player. Of course, the quality, we knew it before, we know it now, but as a team. What they have done, when imagine they can do, and especially what we have to do. So we're going to try to do what we have done this year many times to win the game. So one game at a time. This is another one. We won the first. We want to go there to try to win. I don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows, but we're going to try to win.
Thank you, Ben. Ian Abrahams, TalkSport.
Hi, Pep. How are you doing? You all right?
Hi, Ian.
I just wondered how big a game and how big a mental test it is for your team, because it's a quarter-final and because in the past you've been knocked out at the quarter-final stage. Just how big mentally it is to get over this particular hurdle.
I would say it's a pleasure to be again here. Next season will be again, because we already qualified for the next Champions League tournament. So, and it's a pleasure to be here, and I'm going to try to, we prepared these last 2 days, and tomorrow we fly, good dinner, and focus for tomorrow to do our game. This is what we have to do, and we are looking forward. So it's a competition, like many things can happen. Nothing is guaranteed. We have a good result for our first game, and we are going nothing to defend, if not nothing, everything to win. For the fact the game we're going to play to win the game. That's all.
Thank you, Ian. And next, Jack Gorn.
Hi, Pep. Ilkay spoke really well about the need for the players to stay calm if things go against you, if you concede a goal or get a bad refereeing decision. In your having kind of been coached this team together for 9 months, do you think they're better equipped to deal with setbacks in matches than they have been in previous years?
If we win, the people will say yes. If we lose, the people will say no. So right now, I don't know. So I honestly, so about the controlled emotions, what happened in the game, and many circumstances happen. I don't know. So they are human beings. So people forget about it. The human beings have feelings and have, situations that happen. We know what you have to do. Do what you have done all season through one game, analyze, read it, and play a football game. And if we want to win, you have to deserve it. You have to go for it. And that is going to happen in the way we are done many times this season, with a better effective way, and not much, but sometimes not good, but the intention always was there, and we are going to do it again tomorrow. And of course you have to control your emotions, but sometimes you need emotions and in the good way to win this type of game. So what you have to do is, I didn't say anything special. We are not going to do anything special. It's just to go there to win the game, analyze, and each one try to be a leader on the pitch. And when the guy who feels comfortable during the game, take responsibility to be more involved in the game. For the guys that are more nervous or more quiet, okay, do your job, play simple, be calm. And after the rest will come. And after maybe 5 minutes later, you will be ready to make a good performance again during the game. So we need 11 players and maybe the substitutions again. And yeah, and try to do it. It's a football game that you have to start with 2-1. Like, I'm pretty sure there are chances, because the last 26 or 27 games, they score a goal. So that can happen. And what you have to do is score our goals. And for score goals, you have to play our game and try to be effective up front and win the game.
Okay, next up we've got Paul Hurst.
Hiya, Pep. In your managerial history before, you've been ahead after the first leg and behind as well. How important is it for you or how difficult is it to kind of manage the fact that you would be able to go through with 0-0, but your natural inclination is to attack as a team?
Yeah, Paul. The question is, if you think in this kind of game on the consequences or the goals you have to score or the goals you have to concede, you forget what you have to do. So I played, before I came here, 8 semifinals in a row here. We didn't get it for the quarterfinals most of the times. 4 goal difference were out. So what you have to do is focus what you have to do in the game. And every player and the idea, the plan that we have, try to execute it. And after the quality of the players, we'll do the rest. It's only we can do, and all we have to do it. Is they score a goal. Yeah. It would be better not score a goal and win. But the Champions League, it doesn't matter what happened in the first leg. Always you have the chance for the second one, even if the disadvantage is big. And we know that they have the weapons to score a goal, and we have weapons to score a goal too. And our idea is go there to do the game as best as possible, to let them feel. And I think they know it. We are not going to defend anything what we want here, and we're going to try to, of course, control the quality that they have and try to impose ours to win the game.
Thank you, Paul. Simon Stone, BBC.
Hi, Pep. You're coming to the point in the season where the matches get more intense. There's more pressure on them. There's more risk and greater danger if you lose. How confident are you in the players to be able to deal with that pressure as it mounts? Because every now will be a must-win game, and then the next one will be even more of a must-win game. How much do you believe in your players?
Well, after 27 victories in 27 victories in 29 games, if I don't trust with the players, we'll have a big problem. Big one. I will be crazy. So, and tomorrow we can win or we can lose. I don't know what's going to happen. But Simon, you should kill myself. You should kill me. So that's for sure. So what we have done so far, we deserve to be in the position that we are right now, that we know everyone that if you win, you go through, and you lose, you out. Next Saturday, if you win, go through, you lose, you're out. Final against Tottenham, if you win, you're champion. If not, you are runner-up. And in the Premier League, we need 3 victories and 1 draw to be champion, because United expect to win 7 games in a row. So we knew it. So, but we have the pleasure to live this, because what we have done with 27 victories in 29 games give us the opportunity to live it. Is not enough? No. We'll be out. We'll be disappointed. Yeah, like last season and the previous one. Yeah, of course. But we have another chance, an opportunity. Life is like this. Always they give you another opportunity. If you fight for it, you have another opportunity. And the competition, and especially our performance, give us the opportunity to be here another time. And we're going to try. We lost against Lyon. Yeah, we were better. Yes, we are out. Yes. So, and now to try to do it better and try to go through. And that's for sure. What we have done so far is been fighting for these 4 competitions, and especially in the Premier League. So we are already the first qualified for the Champions League next season, guarantee. So next season, 11 years in a row, never happened before in this. Another club in England have done. In 11 years in a row, this club will be there again. And this is, I'm sorry, that is fantastic. But now is the time to make another step. Everyone wants it. So the players the first, they want to do it. They want to do it again because they were sad when we were not able to go to the semifinals. And tomorrow is an opportunity to prove ourselves. So that's for sure nobody's going to give us. We have to win it. We have to do it. So not just for being again in that position, nobody's going to give you, go to the semifinals or beat Dortmund. We have to do it. In 95 minutes, it depends on us. If we are good, we are going to do. We don't make mistakes. What we have done against Lyon, now we give them the 3 goals. So maybe we'll have chance to qualify. So we'll see. But I'm looking forward. I'm so excited. I'm so happy to travel to Germany. I'm glad for the behavior, for the players, for all the club to try to do it. And this is going to happen again.
Thank you, Simon. David McDonnell.
Hi, Pep. In your first, 2 of your first 3 seasons as a manager, you won this competition. It's now 10 years since you won it back in 2011. What have the last 10 years taught you about the Champions League, particularly in terms of how hard it is to win it? And did you think back then that it might be 10 years or more before you won it again as a manager?
Maybe. Important maybe is in 10 years. I'm all the time in Champions League, quarter-final, semi-finals. Maybe one day we can get it. I have to tell you something. I didn't win the Champions League. We won the Champions League. So I didn't play. I tried to seduce the guys to do it. I didn't win the Champions League with Barcelona. They won. I just was there to be one idea all together and do it. And in this time, it's the same. So, and listen, if I retire now in 5-10 years, what happened in my career, I was completely unexpected when I started to. I'm most than grateful that the clubs I was, the players I had, the way we played, and the way I've done. But this is words and this is theories that make me, to me, so grateful and so happy. But this is a business, and the business is business, and business is to win. And if don't win, I will be a failure. And if we win, then it will be how good is Pep. So last question. We won 28 games, the 29, okay? Or 27, the 28 games won. And I rotate 27 games. The first time we lose, we have to rotate. You tell me why I rotate the team. So if I win, the decision is good. When I don't win, the decision is bad. But I'm here to take the decisions, and hopefully I can take the right ones to make them feel comfortable and good and express the quality they have again on the pitch. And this is what I have to do.